Hey guys, what's going on? It's Chamber here. Welcome back to another YouTube video. And today we're going to be talking about my 2080 Ti and how I'm pretty sure that I've made it one of the fastest 2080 Ti's in the world. Now, I haven't done anything crazy. I haven't water cooled it yet, put liquid metal on it, shut modded it yet. That's later. That's something we'll do later in this whole 2080 Ti Chamber Edition series that I'm going to start. Now, I have an EVGA 2080 Ti XC Ultra. This card is pretty good. Not stock. Most cards, for me at least, are not amazing stock. I'm very into overclocking it, getting the most out of it. But there's a reason why I still like it. It is an A variant card. NVIDIA segmented the 2080 Ti's when they originally came out, so you had the A variant and the non-A. The non-A were the cheaper models. They're the ones that were like lower than I think the Founders Editions. And they only had a power limit, I think, of max 310 watts. Well, that's terrible compared to mine. Mine stock is 320 watts. And I flashed it to a 360 gigabyte watt BIOS. But that was also too low. So I flashed the 2000 watt BIOS. Now, I know what you're saying. Why? That's going to explode your power supply. Just want you to know, it's not actually pulling 2000 watts. Maybe if you shunt mod, you can get 1000. But that's still a lot, especially with two 8-pins. So, I'm going to show you how I did it and what really allowed me to get the FPS. Now, I'm on the overclocking forum. And first of all, if you have a graphics card, especially I think NVIDIA cards, and you don't know about this, please look it up. I know if you have like the higher end cards, typically like, so 2060s actually do have Owners Club. I have no idea what's actually on it, if it's like done. Oh, it is. So yeah, if you have your graphics card, just type in whatever your card is, Owners Club, and just see if anything shows up. This is written by Zrooms. Zrooms is an awesome guy in the GPU overclocking and just GPU sim. So he has all of these cards. He talks about all of them, how many power phases, their boost clocks, their power limits. So here was mine actually. I have the XC Ultra. It's a 2-fan. And I think it might have been 338 watts actually. I thought it was 320. I don't know. And I was like, yeah, that's the best one. It was like the only good one I could get for a good deal. I wasn't going to spend more money just so I could get one that would give me no real performance when I'm going to mod it anyways. Well, then I flashed to the WindForce OC BIOS, which gave me 366 watts. I made a video earlier, which you should check out. I was going to flash the Galax BIOS. It's at the very bottom. This one, the 380 watt. This is a newer card. It has the XUSB error. It's just like, oh. And I was like, you know what? And then people like, just flash the gigabyte. You're fine. And I was perfectly fine with it. It was just my card was getting really hot at 100% fan speed. It was getting like 60, 70 C gaming. And I'm like, oh, this is too hot. Well, for some reason, I was like, why don't I flash a BIOS that makes it just maybe force the fan speed higher? So that's what I did. I flashed the EVGA 2080 Ti Kingpin BIOS. And that's what we did. Now, if you can flash the Galax BIOS, please do it. It's 100% the better BIOS. But I couldn't do it because of the XUSB error. So I clicked on this link right here. Brought me to XDevs. And they talk about it. Please don't let XDevs be down as fun. Okay. So here it is. So they talk about everything you need. We're going to actually find the BIOS. I think you can just type in download custom unofficial. It's this one. So this one's password protected with I promise that's R made this card. That's pretty funny. But yes, this card is very good. I can actually show you. Let's go to GPU Z. So if we open up GPU Z here, you'll see sensors. We're sitting at idle. at 10.2%. We're pulling 140 watts from it says a 6-pin, it's an 8-pin. And a 16 watts in that. I wonder actually if this may be wrong. I'm wondering about that now. And I'm actually just pulling what the 8 pins are pulling. Maybe we'll look into that. But if we go to NVIDIA BIOS, so minimum's 100 watts. Default and maximum are 2,000 watts. That's insane. And as you can tell, it says, it doesn't even say it's an EVGA card. It just says that. So, jet engine mode, fan curves, and adjustment are, so literally it's unlimited. We can open up Afterburner here and I can show you. This is what it looks like. There's no fan control. And one thing I really hate though is I can't hit Control F. Control F is the curve editor. That's how you should really be overclocking your cards if you can. And I could set the voltage at 1.125. Can't do that with this. So I just hit a 120 core offset. I'm getting about 100 more megahertz actually. I was getting 90, but the card was a lot lower. It was so yes. And I somehow got 200 more megahertz in my memory. I don't know if that was somehow it just got cooler. I mean, I'm fine with it. Everything's stable. And there's one downside. The fans go full max. You might have seen it, but fan speed. It's running about 3,300 RPM. But I mean, hey, it's running super low, so I'm not complaining. But let's load up. So the whole goal of this whole 2080 Ti chamber series is I want to make it a 3080. Just don't like I can get my own 3080 for easier. So we compared that, and yes, I know 1080p Extreme. I believe that's what they used. It's significantly lower. I have no idea. Obviously, there could be a lot of differences in these, but I was like, okay. I still have a lot to go. And obviously in games, it's going to be different. You're not going to really see, except, well, in games that I play games like Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Warzone, Cold War, where I'm already getting over 350 FPS. If you follow me on Twitch, you would see that maybe my latest stream by the time you're watching this was called 200 FPS or bust in Warzone and 300 FPS or bust in Modern Warfare. And let's just say I was basically getting over 300 the whole time. So, I mean, I'm not complaining. But let's just tell you about how crazy of a benchmark this is. Let's load up Heaven. I just kind of prefer it a little better. Let's load. This is the maximum settings you can run. So Ultra, Tessellation Extreme, Stereo and Multi are disabled. Anti-aliasing full screen in 1440p. We're going to run this. And you will see the power just go. And I'm still hitting a power limit at this. So I just want you to know that. And 550 watts. If you saw my TikTok, I think I had like 570 or something. So I can definitely get higher than 2100 megahertz. Obviously, the temperature's climbing, so it's going to lower. But that's a lot of power from this card. So if you want me to, I'll show a guide on how I flash my card, how you can flash your card. You can obviously, so this doesn't just work flashing a BIOS on a card. You can flash a 2070 BIOS that has a higher power limit on your 2070 also. Or whatever card. I just use 2070 as an example. I'll show, if you really want me to, I'll put a guide out so that you guys know how to do that. But let's conclude the video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. You hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you guys are new. That'd be awesome. Also, if you need your PC, you need it optimized, you need more overclocks, you want faster FPS in Warzone or whatever game you're playing, Fortnite, Rainbow Six Siege, Valorant, you want lower input delay also, join my Discord. Follow me on Twitter and just message me and be like, hey, I'm interested. I will send you all that information so that you can get my service. It's paid. Don't think it's free. It's not. If you do that, you support the channel so that I can get a water-cooled system and not burn myself during the summer. I'm kidding. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Later, guys.